I had all my plans ready. I wanted to be married by 26 and have a baby by 28 and have a degree and have a strong career. And I was strong on the way. I wanted to live overseas for 2 years before, so I went overseas and I was living the dream. And then I got sick. Life happened. The first time round, it was actually easy, to be honest with you. I went through the stem cell transplant, couldn't find a donor. We had to fundraise a lot to find an international donor. There were other complications where my stem cells actually had to come on a military plane from Germany because it had snowed in and they couldn't get the cells here, and everyone was in such a panic. But I was so calm throughout the first time. But towards the end of my first, this Dr. Nawar came to look after me. I knew deep down, out of the 6 doctors I'd crossed paths with, that this was the one. This was the one who knew that he could get this right. And there are no statistics for people going through a second transplant. Well, there are. They're quite morbid, that no one has survived a second unrelated transplant. And this is what all the other doctors were telling me, oh, but you know, we're just letting you know that no one else has survived this. The day before I went into isolation for the second transplant, I had a bone marrow biopsy and I looked up at Dr. Nawar and I said to him, just be honest with me, what are my chances? And he just looked down on me and he smiled and he said, you just have to fight with everything that you have. To become a donor is one of the easiest things you could actually ever do. So all you do is you contact the Sunflower Fund and you tell them you want to become a donor. They've got a certain checklist. And once you've been cleared, you will be asked to go donate. And that stays on the registry. And the most important thing is that you have to keep your contact details up to date so that they can find you, because you never know when it's going to happen. It could happen in a month, it could happen in 5 years, it can happen in 10 years. You've got plenty of time. So give some of your time and become a donor, and you can give someone else more time on this earth. If my donor, if she didn't take the time to go through that process and to go lie on that hospital bed for a few hours and just put everything else on hold, this story would not have been here. The gift of life is probably the biggest gift that you can ever give someone. There's no price tag to that.